We always hear about the power hidden in the human brain and, especially, in one tiny gland placed in the middle of it, the pineal gland. This cone-shaped gland is subject to calcification due to the processed food we eat and the fluoride contained in toothpaste and water. We will talk in detail about how to decalcify this gland and how to open the correspondent energy center, the Ajna chakra or third eye, but, for now, let's see what are the main signs of an opened or opening third eye. Pressure between the eyebrows. A pulse in the middle of the head. The pressure can be very intense and powerful, as if something is literally pushing in that area. This is very common and normal when your third eye is opening or expanding. Change in diets. You are more conscious of what you eat. You inform yourself, you want to decalcify that gland and take a walk in weird land. Not only that, your sensitivity to toxicity increases, and now you know that food is energy, so you want only what truly nourishes you, making you strong, not what puts you down. Eventually you can feel the vibration of what you are eating. Your body will force you past a certain point, to eliminate some substances from your diet. This is fundamental. Alimentation and food are everything for your spiritual journey and for both healthy physical and energy bodies. Perception beyond duality. That is exactly what this chakra does. It gives you the ability to literally see the oneness of all things. It grants access to higher states of consciousness and, therefore, other dimensions. There is no more separation between you and the others, between the observer and the observed, the individual and the collective, the creator and creation. This happens in stages, and it's related even to the expansion and opening of the crown chakra. When you are identified with your body, you experience yourself, inevitably, as separate from all other bodies. When you are identified with something more subtle, consciousness, which is life itself, manifesting in all the different forms, you experience yourself as everyone and everything. You see, feel and most of all know, which is different from just believing, that you and others are one. Change in thought patterns. You are awake and you see that how you used to think before doesn't work anymore. You begin to think differently. The old ways of thinking are gone, and they don't and can't reflect the reality you are living after your awakening. You begin to reprogram and clean your mind, so that it can reflect a more life-sustaining way of living. In the first stages, this is related to questioning society and mainstream media more and more. Then we begin to question life and to search our own answers without accepting blindly what we have been taught. An inner process of mental transformation and reorganization begins. We delete old teachings, substituting with our newly found truths. Your mind expands and opens. Heightened concentration and focus. Clarity. A gradual disidentification from your own thoughts, which are no more your identity, but just tools used to create. You can understand easily very complicated concepts, especially when you are guided by spirit and taught the higher truths. Communication happens faster and in a way never experienced before. The famous astral projector Robert Monroe described this as a ball of thought exploding in my consciousness, meaning that communication was happening not with words but in energy packets sent to his mind. But the energetic information, received and contained in a fraction of a second, when written in words, could contain several sentences. Psychic powers begin to function. Telepathy is very common and normal, not something you see on science fiction shows only. Clairvoyance, clairsentience, remote feeling, extrasensory perceptions, ESP, just to name a few. Intuition is no more just a feeling, but a tool that begins to work with higher and higher levels of precision. Synchronicities begin to happen more frequently, and you recognize that they are a way for the universe to communicate with us. You can see through. You can see beyond things and labels. You can easily detect all the ways society uses to program us. For sale, well, yes, that's great, but it means also consume. Voting is your right equals obey and conform to the system. The rare times you are watching the news, you can see what they are not telling you, by watching what they are transmitting. You can see that everything has a hidden teaching. Birds are there to tell you that you can fly and be free, stars remind you of your greatness, the sun tells you that without light you are nothing, a tree tells you that it couldn't be there without water, soil and light. It teaches you that everything is interdependent and interconnected in existence. You begin to learn a hidden language spoken by nature, by life. Everything is more alive, conscious, everything speaks and communicates with you, especially with frequencies and energy. Now you can see. Michele.